So only 20%, and I think this is actually even kind of like a liberal percentage here.
Mm.
Only 20% of workers in the US report being passionate about their work. 20%.
Yeah.
We got lots of people, lots of them on the World Wide Webs. Okay. We got a lot of people in America. Only 20% of them. That's sad. Why do you think that is, Dustin?
Well, as we were looking at the statistic before we started recording, my immediate thought of why that is, and I'm not saying this is the answer, it's just my opinion. I think the reason that the number is so low is because we as Americans have a different purpose for work than most of the world. I think that for the 80%, just to kind of go off these numbers here, just because most statistics are made up anyway, so I'm just gonna make up one. I think that the other 80%, the 80% that aren't passionate about their work, it's because they're not there for the work, they're there for the money.
Mm-hmm.
And America has the materialism syndrome where the only reason we're going to work is because of the stuff that we want. It's the number one reason why you hear people say that when they play the lottery, they say, I can't wait to hit it so I can what? Quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they don't have any passion for it. If they had passion for it, they would be like, I can't wait to hit the lottery so that I can do more of what I love doing. I can do more of this work. I can expand this thing further. I can start my own company and do this thing. I can blow this thing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That to me, I think, is probably the top reason why that number's so low in America. What was yours? I know we talked about maybe comparing if our answers are right
Yeah.
or the first, or not right, the
Similar.
same.
Yeah, there are two aspects I think of that add to this. One is that our order of happiness is out of whack, right? So like when you think of America, it's go work hard so you become successful and then you'll be happy. And like that's the order we do that. And I think instead of finding a thing that makes us happy and just choosing to be happy, we work different and success is just going to be an outcome, right? So
Mhm.
there's a big aspect of the success side, and the other side is the pressure. And oh my gosh, I can hear every boomer and Xer roll their eyes audibly on this one. But when I think we push kids to figure out everything way too quick. I think
Mm.
we push them to know what they're going to do with their life, having yet never experienced any of it. We tell them go invest heavily in something like college or some direction or path. I don't even care what it is. We push them so hard to that, and we have given them no experience in that. It is so backwards. We never, and because they get all that debt, they're like, oh, I can't even like change at this point because I'll be going into more debt. Is this ever going to pay off? We don't push them correctly. We don't allow them experience, and that's one of my biggest like frustrations with how we treat kids going into the workplace is we don't give them that experiential connection to what work looks like when we're in the thing. Instead, we're like, oh, go do this because you'll make a lot of money. And now we're already framing what success looks like, right? Instead of,
And that's where they're losing the passion, you're saying.
yeah, because they never got to do a thing that they connect. I mean, I have so many people close to me that are doing great, awesome things in businesses and organizations that hate it. They hate it.
Mm. Yeah.
And they continually come back to, I wish I could have gone and done this, which is more of a service based thing instead of like a resource based company. And so it's just interesting that figuring out who you are and figuring out what you want to do are so in parallel and so in line. And we've got to allow both of those to kind of happen. Um, so that's why, like, not that I love people like what is it, the coming of age being a lot later, like it used to be like 18 and 19 for men and women respectively, but now it's like 30 and 31. There's an aspect to me that's like, okay, that's a little too long like to grow up, but on the other side it's kind of like but maybe they're connecting to something they actually enjoy. That's the hope.